Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
I was gonna let the sad music come in. Long intro. Hello, everybody. You're watching and listening. Here we go to NBC's The Voice, Season 7. It's the top 10. I'm Jason Ikeler, and I've got two lovely ladies across the table. Take it off, Chloe West. Woo! And Stephanie G, show us what you got.
Nothing.
Oh,
Kidding.
So, guys, top 10.
Boom.
We got who got eliminated last week?
Jesse Pitts and
Was it Damien?
no,
No, he got eliminated before that.
Jesse Pitts.
Damien's on.
Jesse Pitts
Not
and
Damien.
Sugar Jones.
There we
Sugar
go.
Jones.
Thank you.
Jones.
Sugar Jones.
We
Sorry.
knew.
We are starting this
We
off
knew.
a hot mess, but we have a new top 10. That's all that matters, and we're going to lose some tonight, but that's okay.
And I would like to say that this is an incredible top 10 for me, I think. Sorry if you guys disagree. Also, so much better than last season.
Oh.
Actually, up until tonight, I would have disagreed with you,
Me
but
too.
I thought a lot of people brought their A game tonight.
No, that's my point. Up until tonight, because I literally tonight I watched and I was like, what the heck is going on here? Like, why is everyone good now?
I honestly, it was like last week I had no favorites. I didn't have anyone I liked. And then all of a sudden tonight, I'm like, okay, now
I got
see
some
why you're on
favorites
the
up in
show.
there, exactly.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know if it was Clive Davis being in the audience and then being like, oh, I'm trying to get a record deal.
Yeah. Trying to impress that man.
Seriously. Or maybe just the new mentors, which was really cool. Like, let's talk about that.
Okay, let's talk about Christina Aguilera back to mentor with Team
Loved
Gwen.
it.
I love my
Team
favorite part
Platinum
about
Blonde.
Team Platinum Blonde team. When you walk in a room, Christina Aguilera does not get up to shake your hand because
I
she
loved
is a
it.
diva. I
She
loved
is.
everything about that.
With a capital D.
And then Patrick Stump from Fall Out Boy was with Team Adam.
I thought that was a great matchup for Team Adam. Much, much better than having Stevie Nicks. I just think that Patrick and Adam match musically.
And I
that was
think
cool.
I feel like Stevie Nicks. I love Stevie Nicks. I think she's super talented. But I feel like Patrick and Adam are making music in the music industry right now, so their advice is more current
Yeah.
and
Okay.
obvious.
Yeah.
And then Colby Calais and Blake Shelton, I love that pairing.
I thought that was a really interesting pairing.
Me too. I was surprised he even chose her, but she's great. So.
He loves that type of music, though, actually.
He does.
Those
Which
are
is
all the
funny
girls he
because
picks on his
She kind
team.
of sounds like Jessie.
And then, out of nowhere, Pharrell gets Diana Ross.
What?
Like, let me
Oh
just
my
bring in a diva for you.
gosh.
Like, that, I don't know how anyone on Team Pharrell could sing.
Oh, seriously.
Are you kidding me? With Diana Ross sitting right there? Like, what Luke said is exactly how I feel. Like, in my eyes, Diana Ross invented music.
Right.
Which
Yeah.
is crazy.
Okay, so let's start with Anita Antoinette. And she sang Let Her Go by Passenger, but she sang the Anita Antoinette version of
Right.
this. And she starts it off taking it to church. She gave us a little sermon up there. And I actually, at first I was like, what are you doing? Then I'm like,
Wait, we
You go,
skipped
girl.
Matt.
oh, we did skip Matt.
We
We'll go
did.
back to
Oh,
Matt.
sorry.
Okay. Let's talk Anita.
I thought Anita, this is my favorite song she's done in the competition so far because she made it her own and not an obvious. I mean, it was obvious how she made it her own, but nobody's done it like this before.
I agree. I like it too because it was like what we were talking about last week. She was doing very obvious reggae songs. So it was really nice for her to take a contemporary song and put her reggae spin
Yeah.
on it. Because her reggae might not be Bob Marley's reggae. It might not be that classic reggae sound. So it was really nice to hear it. And it was so cool. I really want Christina Aguilera and Gwen Stefani to make an album together because how cool was it when Christina was like, ooh, I like what you're doing, Gwen.
My favorite, yeah.
That was so cool.
I know, and I've never seen Christina because Christina always comes off as like super bitch to me.
Yeah.
But then it was cool, and man, did you hear the part when she's telling Anita? She's like, "Well, why don't you go?" And she does her little run, her low run. I was
Yeah.
like, girl, why are you so good sitting down like
and
that?
that's why she can be a diva, because
Oh my
nobody
God.
can do it like her. And I think
No
she actually
one.
respects Gwen, is what's cool to watch.
Yeah.
Me too, because she
she's
probably
like, oh,
looked
you
up to
got
Gwen.
it.
'Cause
Yeah.
Gwen is the business. At the end of the day, like, you do not know who Gwen Stefani is. Anyways, but about Anita, I thought she did great, but my thing about her is that she has such incredible stage presence to me. And the way that she moves,
Yeah.
it's very natural, and you could watch her and she seems like she's doing it forever.
You can't take
Not
your eyes
that
off the TV when she's there.
Right, not that everyone else, everyone else had pretty awesome stage presence tonight, but there's just something different about her because it's so casual. Excuse me. And I like that Gwen said that I'm happy that you put on these boots because everybody's up in heels here.
Yeah.
When you might not be able to move the way that you want to. Anita still looked fantastic regardless of the heels.
Yeah.
And she does it perfect to the beat where she doesn't do too much because there's some people who do a little bit too much.
We do have to call her out, though. She looked identical,
Exactly like
Janelle
Janelle
Monáe.
Monáe.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
And we're like, okay, also taking off the jacket.
Wait, me too.
I know.
Anybody else? Okay, jackets off.
Jackets
Jackets
off,
off.
baby.
Woo!
That
but
was kinda
she,
fun.
yeah, that was fun.
I just wanna take my clothes off with you guys
next
all the
round,
time.
tops off. If you're listening to this on iTunes, you should watch on YouTube now because it's getting hot up in here. But I thought she did great. I would like to see her now that she's proven she's a reggae artist do something not reggae.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
But-
because when she sang it, it was more reggae than singing. I need to tweet Gwen the song that I want Anita to sing.
do
If
it.
she
Yeah,
sings
let her
it, I
know.
swear she will be incredible.
What song?
Egyptian, Hold Ya.
Oh.
You have to listen to it.
Okay.
There's even it's
Tag
completely
me in that tweet. I want to hear it.
heard. Okay.
Okay, let's rewind and talk about Matt McAndrew, who actually went first tonight. We just skipped him.
Okay.
He sang "Fix You" by Coldplay. I have to say a couple things. Firstly, I just did the red carpet, and Matt McAndrew is tall and beautiful in person. And I was just like, oh my God. And
Whose team does he play for?
he, not on mine, unfortunately. But I think he could be. I think he could be persuaded. But he's saying "Fix You" by Coldplay. He
was
has
like, he's
so
on Team Adam.
much.
He plays on Team Adam.
Duh. He has so much
Duh.
passion in his voice that I felt like I wasn't watching a competition show when he was singing. I felt like I was just like
Absolutely.
watching this guy pour his heart out.
Yes, and he was so excited today. And honestly, I was paying attention to how when they touched the crowd's hands, he was like so
Yeah.
happy to be like hello to everyone and getting into it. And even what Blake said, don't jump like that again. He got so into it. And I was like, oh, please don't lose your breath. Please, concentrate on your singing and don't move around so much. But I'm like, damn, man, what are you doing on the show? Like,
He's really good.
you are on point with everything that you're doing right now.
When people hold hands with the audience members, it to me is like, oh, you're a star, you're not.
Yeah.
Because when you see him do that, he's like, yeah, I know, I got this. And somebody will talk about later. I thought if he would have incorporated that into his performance, it would have gotten a lot better.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I know, I noticed the exact same thing. He didn't touch anyone's
Thoughts,
hands.
Chloe?
I really, really like this song on Matt. I thought that it fit really
so
well.
good.
Really cool that Hosier tweeted him about last week. I
Yep.
thought,
Yeah.
Because he did do really well. So now Matt has done two different types of rock, I think. I mean, both sort
Yeah.
of like this new age and done it really well. I think he's really showing that he belongs in that industry
Yeah.
and he's gonna be fine. He can make a really good record. Like,
Absolutely.
I feel like we haven't really seen Matt do anything bad.
He hasn't.
And I feel like we know the type of record he's gonna make, and not in a way where it's annoying to us, where he's like jamming in our heads. In a way like I want to see what kind of music. I know it's gonna be alternative rock, but I don't know. I'm gonna be surprised by it still.
You know
Yeah.
who you remind me of tonight? And not necessarily as far as comparing the music in genres or anything, but for instance, I would go nuts to go see like the Black Keys perform or, Pearl Jam or something like that. And the way he's performing on stage, I can see him touring. I can see him selling out concerts and just, if he makes enough music so that he can actually give a performance,
Yeah.
I would love it. Oh, I would go to all his shows and they would be nuts because he's engaging and
Yeah,
pretty to look at.
Yeah.
doesn't hurt. Okay,
I'd come up there with the broom like, ooh, Harry Potter, come here.
come here, cast a spell on me. Let's talk
I'll put a
about
spell on you.
Damien, who sang "You and I" by Stevie Wonder. I feel the same with Damien every week. Damien's an incredible singer. Actually, was a little unimpressed by his low notes tonight. Incredible singer, but he doesn't do anything that outside of the box, and we've heard this voice a bajillion times.
I agree.
I thought it was an impeccable performance, but he is a holiday performer to me.
He's just like
by the piano.
Yeah, he should be at the Grove just singing a little song.
Honestly, I don't see star quality in him at all. I think he is good. I think he's a good singer. He has a talent.
Yeah.
But he's a wedding singer. He's so forgettable. This song, I am so surprised he's still here. I just cannot believe it.
Because he really is good. Just it's
He's
like
good, but he's not.
The
He's not
moms?
probably.
Yeah, maybe.
He's not a star. He's not somebody that like. I'm thinking like, oh, I'd rather download his version than the original.
That's the thing, is you wouldn't. He's not doing anything different or cool with them.
I wish he would take. I don't know what he needs to do, but he needs to do something to wow us. Because every week, what he does, I'm like, I knew you would do that.
Yeah, it's
Well,
the same
I definitely
thing.
think that he's going to be one of the people going home this week.
Okay.
Now that we've gotten there, because everyone's performance tonight was so good to me.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, including his, but
His was good,
his
but
was real, because this was his best performance to me.
but out of all of the performances tonight,
exactly.
I wouldn't go back and watch
That's
it.
what, yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Reagan James, who sang
Okay.
"Fancy" by Iggy Azalea.
First off, I'm upset it wasn't Fancy by Reba McEntire.
Thank you, always.
Anyways.
I love her charisma on stage. I actually wish she would have done it a little bit more unplugged, like how they were doing it in rehearsals. Because I thought it was a little bit too mid-tempo for me, and she needed to either like turn it up or turn it completely down. But I love watching her. You can't take your eyes off of her because she has such a control of the audience.
Right. She's kind of cool, but I hate saying that because she's younger than me, but she's kind of cool.
I know, she's really cool. She's really cool.
She's cool,
It's okay.
you know, and
It's
that's
okay to
the
admit
exact
it.
word to use for her.
Yeah.
And because I can, and I'm a grown ass woman, I think that that's something exceptional for a young girl to be able to bring to the stage.
Yeah.
I mean, did you guys see her when she was singing with Colby Calais face to face?
Right.
She was cool as a cucumber,
And
dude.
I
Like,
know the type of
chillin'.
person that she is, and the way that she reacted when she saw Colby. She was like, I was like, oh, there's the young girl that I wanted to
Yeah.
see. I wanted to see her loosen up a little bit because we did need that so that I could be like, are you a person? Are you fake? Like, let me see your realness. And that makes sense that that's the type of music. So she is like this younger girl, and Colby is the voice of all young girls. Like, you know, she likes, you like it.
She was like still cool with Colby though. She like got excited, but then was like, I sang your song, you know?
Yeah, well, because she sang her song when she auditioned as well,
Yeah.
and then sang Try. So she's a big Colby Calais fan. I thought that was
Right.
cool. I
Maybe
wish
that's
she
why
would have.
Blake asked her. Maybe he, you know, like Regan inspired him
And
to
knew,
like
because he only had
ask.
2 left.
Yeah.
I wish that she would have had a big note at the end, though. I was waiting for her to wail
Right.
on something, and it got a little shaky toward the end.
It did, because her issue was just her breath support. But this performance was the perfect example of showing her type of artistry.
And you know what her performances remind me of? And I know we always reference other shows, so why not? She reminded me of an X Factor singer, where on X Factor they don't necessarily look for the best vocalists. And if you go back and watch Fifth Harmony on the show, huge Fifth Harmony fan, but their performances weren't always vocally amazing, but they're cute and they have star power. And look at them now. And I feel like she could be really good for The Voice.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
And I'm happy that I like this arrangement because I don't like this song.
Well, I like, you know what's interesting is that because Charlie XCX sings on this song, you can pull out what you would sing, you know what I mean? And thinking about it, a lot of Iggy Azalea songs, got that. A lot of Iggy Azalea songs have someone singing
Voice
on the
tracks
track.
on them, yeah, for sure.
So, and there's a lot of songs in general on the radio that she can do stuff with that. So, yeah.
I
She
agree.
was bad. I'm sorry, but I did not expect that. And this, again, she's only 16. That was tight. That was pretty dope for a young ass chick to be able to do.
What would you guys like to hear her sing next?
I want to hear her sing a ballad.
That's what I was just gonna say. Do you know the new Paramore song that they just released with Joy
No,
Williams?
nothing rock. I want to hear her sing something pretty.
No, I hate to see your heart break. It's called.
She's gonna do an R&B ballad. Like,
Oh, you know what she would sound good singing? I just heard it today. Selena Gomez's new song.
Oh,
What the Heart Wants.
Oh, that would be good.
really?
Yes.
But I want to hear her. I want to hear her do
Kudos to
like
Selena, that
"You
was a
Are the
dope
Only
song.
Exception" by Paramore, something like that.
I want to
Okay.
hear her sing an R&B song, something she
Right.
wants to sing. Like,
That's what I was
What
about
if-
to say before Selena
what
Gomez.
if? What? Wait.
Okay.
What if she sang "Ain't Pretty" by TLC?
Ooh.
Oh, Chloe wants TLC up in this show so badly.
That would be so good.
I think it would be good. But you're right. You're right. I do want TLC.
No, but that's because TLC is everything. Crazy, sexy, cool. Like that's what Reagan is. She's crazy, sexy, cool.
I feel like that's what she wants to do.
Chloe, I feel you, girl. I
See,
feel
it's this girl side.
I know. Oh my God. Let's talk about.
Sorry, Rosie's going back to your side.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
Let's talk about Luke Wade, who sang "Try a Little Tenderness" by Otis Redding, influenced by the Jay-Z and Kanye version. You know what? It's so funny. Luke Wade has never been my favorite, but I am constantly blown away by his performances.
Me too. You know, it's funny when I heard the Jay-Z Kanye song. Originally, I love that 808 beat in it so much, and I love when Otis Redding comes on and sings on it. But this Pharrell version that he mastered is what I wish that song was. Like, I really want someone to go in the studio and record this version.
I think that's what's cool about hearing Pharrell on the show is he, like, even the way he coaches his team, he makes these performances that you want to go download.
Yeah,
because he's a genius producer.
You're right. His people are going to keep getting those iTunes votes.
Yep.
Because, like, this song literally doesn't exist like this anywhere. So if I want this version, which I do, I'm going to have to go to iTunes and download it.
Yep.
You know what? Shoot, Pharrell just, I think, took the top spot as smartest coach.
I agree.
He's getting there. He's learning.
What would you guys like to hear Luke do next?
You know
He's so good.
I would love to be surprised. I'm like, he is so, like you said, he's such a pleasant surprise, and and he's a soul singer, and I get that they kept describing him that way, but damn, I saw that soul tonight. And again, I always pay attention to the way that they're working this stage, because at the end of the day, if they're gonna become anybody, you need to be able to get on stage, you need to be able to tour, to entertain, be everything, because we need it. And so, sorry, am I preaching?
I love it. You preach, sister. She puts her finger down on the table.
I know. But that's my thing. And so when he was jumping around, I was like, oh, don't try to do Matt, but he didn't.
Yeah.
He was doing him still the whole time, and
he was got to.
And what I like is like this white boy killing it.
He's killing it, and his stage moves are his own.
Yes.
He's not seeing somebody and copying them. He's just like doing whatever he's feeling through the music,
which is beautiful because we don't see that often. Too many times people are thinking about their next move.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he could do Mirrors by Justin Timberlake.
Oh yes.
Guys, I should be a producer on this show.
Okay, I'll make a list, guys.
I'm gonna make a list. Okay.
Yeah, no, write it, because then we'll tweet it out.
We've had people sing the songs we suggested
before. Write down
before.
your song that you want to tweet to Gwen.
Perfect. Let's talk about Craig Wayne Boyd, who sang Johnny Cash.
Let's hear what you have to say about it, because you don't like him.
Walk the Line. I wrote down the wrong one. Okay, I don't like Craig Wayne Boyd on the show, but I liked this performance. I liked that he took the song and made it his own.
Like, really his own.
Really made it his own. I just don't like his style of music. It's just not for me. But I completely respect what he did, because I've never heard anybody take a Johnny Cash song and update it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, neither have I. Never. You know, everybody loves to sing at the parlor. Like,
well, guys, also, I would like to say we are filled with love tonight.
We really are.
And this is a new thing.
It is a new thing.
Compared to last week where we were
because they were disappointing last week.
And they stepped it up.
The show is for us.
Yeah. The viewers, the viewing audience.
Exactly. And no, I thought it was good. I kept paying attention to his dead face.
Yeah.
No, not that he had it, but I'm just saying I wanted to make sure.
His dead eyes, yeah.
Right. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But he still sings it. And all that reminds me of is that Christina Aguilera will sometimes just open her mouth a centimeter and then is howling to the moon. And you're like, what the heck? But that's what I thought he did well. This was my favorite performance that he's done so far because it was the most legit. And it was dope. I like Craig.
I want to talk about Craig in the opening number. What I thought was interesting is last week I felt he was really cheesy performing. And in the opening number, he was the one for me that was shining out the most.
Right.
He was the one that I just wanted to watch because everybody else didn't seem as comfortable.
Yeah.
And he was just really comfortable.
Yep.
If someone walked by him, he would acknowledge them, but he was still singing out to the audience. That was very impressive.
You know what I think
to me.
maybe it is with him? he needs a band on stage with him to make him more comfortable, and it takes away the cheese factor if he's interacting with other people.
Right.
But if
Also,
not,
I
his
feel
movements
like-
are so over the top.
Yeah, and I
You're
feel
right.
like maybe he's much better in person, like live, than the camera captures.
Of course.
Because if you're just standing at the mic, the camera's gonna zoom in and do a close up, and you're gonna feel more connected to that person. Where he's so big, they're taking further away shots, so you're not as connected.
Right.
I feel like that's why, going back to when Taylor Swift was on the show, you have to, TV performances are hard because you have to acknowledge the audience because that's what makes the performance good to watch. But then you also have to make the camera part of the audience. And it's like such a weird balance to not come across as corny,
Right.
but to get people connected. And some people can do it, some people can't.
So good.
Yeah.
Speaking of the top performance, Reagan, Chris, Luke, Taylor, Matt, and Damien are the only ones I thought did good. Well,
Okay.
Interesting.
Let's talk about
I
Ryan.
really thought he did well, and I think it's crazy. I mean,
Craig, I'm sorry. Craig
you
was
guys,
supposed to be a part of that.
listen,
Sorry.
he's the... Sorry, no, I didn't mean to get you off like that. This is a big point. He's the only country artist left on The Voice.
Yeah,
That's true.
I
That's
didn't know that James left.
crazy.
I think that's why he's also doing so well because anybody that votes for country will vote for him. But I
I
will
mean, he's
say
the only
after
one.
tonight,
Yeah.
he deserves
That
to
is
stay.
nuts, right? They're always
And
like
I'm not a
country
Craig
singers for
fan.
days.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice though. It's a nice.
It is nice.
It's a
I
breath
like
of fresh
him.
air. Let's talk about Ryan Sill, who sang "Starlight" by Muse.
His best performance for me.
His best performance, hands down.
Hands
I
down,
can't
finally.
believe he's doing well in rock.
I can't.
It's
I never
weird.
would've You want
thought
to
that.
because he's a white boy, and it's the best way for a white boy to have rhythm is with that type of music because they don't have to do too much. Whereas if there's too many beats, you can easily look off. Where it's with rock, you're just getting into it.
That's
kind
a
of.
really interesting
Well,
point.
I think too, he has a big voice, and these rock songs, a lot of the guys don't have pretty voices. So if you put his voice over this like grungy track, it makes it stand out more,
yes.
and he sounds angelic. Also, on the carpet tonight, he was saying that Gwen has never worked with him on vocal issues. She works with him more on stage presence. So Christina Aguilera hopping in there, and he was saying Christina taught him all these vocal tricks.
Oh my god!
And
that
it's so
switched up the
interesting to see.
game.
It really is a game changer, but it's interesting to see because I think without Gwen, he wouldn't be this cool.
Right.
It'd be kind of cool to have two coaches each team because they both bring such different things to the table.
Yeah, that would be really cool for next season. I would love to have two coaches on each team. I think that would be really cool. And I would like them to do it the way it sort of tonight was, where they were
More
of
of
the
a
same
mentoring.
genre.
Yeah.
Though, like,
Oh, okay.
you know what or like, I don't know, I guess Christina and Gwen aren't the same genre. They're just both two, like, killer women in the industry. But I like the idea that, it's like, Patrick and Adam. Like, I think
Yeah.
that's really
The similarities,
cool.
of
Because then
course.
it's like the rock person's like, that is the rock kingdom.
Well, because
that
it's
they wanna be
interesting
on.
if you look at this competition this season, when the contestants did the best was tonight, where they had these mentors being very hands-on, and then when Taylor Swift was on, and she was completely hands-on. So I feel like maybe they need the two together because one person can be like, oh, you're not connecting, and the other person can be like, you're not singing well.
Well, and like when Diana went up to Danica and was like shaking her shoulders, you know what I mean? Like she was giving her a different coaching than the way Pharrell does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's talk about Danica.
As a woman. Wait, real quick
She's-
though with Ryan.
Oh, okay, you let it out
Gwen-
really quick.
No, but I was just gonna say Gwen's cracking me up because she's crushing hard on his ass.
Oh
She
yeah,
loves
which is
him.
funny.
Did you see the end of that? She looks like the way that I look like when I watch Harry sing.
Oh, me too. I look the same way.
She had her mouth open for a second and then she's like, oh shit, the camera's on me, and like she smiled. She's like,
She's like, I'm a married woman. So Danica
Actually,
sang.
wait, sorry, I wanna say one more thing
We are never
about
going to talk
Ryan.
about Danica.
I know. Gwen won major coaching points when she said that she had to call Muse and ask
Oh yes.
them to get this song on the show and that Ryan could do it, and she had to send Muse Ryan's audition. That's crazy.
Also, if Gwen Stefani
her.
calls you and asks for anything, you say yes.
Yeah. Oh my God, though. But first off, she's so cool. She's friends with Muse.
right? I know. I was like, oh my god, you can just call them. Awesome.
Yeah, and Muse has now seen Ryan's audition. Like, that's
sick.
so cool.
And they have to be so impressed with his performance tonight because it was I would not even consider him a front runner until tonight. And then I was
Right.
like, he might have a chance in this.
That's what I'm saying. This is really getting very difficult. I don't even want to vote because I feel so bad. I want
Yeah.
all of them to win.
Okay, now let's talk about Danica,
Wow.
who sang "I Who Have Nothing" by Whitney Houston.
Those first notes.
Her singing this reminded me if Carrie Underwood would have sang this. The like vocal, yeah. I really like this. Keep reacting to me like that.
Yes.
The vocal tricks that she took were very Carrie Underwood-esque. My only critique would be she didn't stray too far from the original, which is hard to do.
No, that's what I like about it.
But
Me too.
I thought, hands down, when we were I watched it at Hard Rock Cafe tonight, and it was loud in there. Everybody in the bar was silent.
What she's saying? Because yes, because one, it's Whitney Houston. We haven't, since Whitney's been gone, like, I guess there've been a couple of covers, but it's one of those things where it's like, man, I don't want to sing it unless I can sing it.
Yep.
And I'm happy that she sang it like a Celine Dion performance. You know, she doesn't have to move anywhere but stand right in front of that mic. And thank goodness that Diana Ross shook her up a little bit, because she did, like, the upper part of her body was loose while she was sitting there, and it came out the way that it was supposed to, and I felt her, and I was like, I was just like, oh my God, Whitney's gone, but damn, girl.
I don't know how she sang in front of Clive Davis, like standing there when they showed that
she
clip.
looked beautiful and
That's
elegant.
crazy. That must have been so hard. And Clive Davis, like, praised her. That's crazy. That's so. I don't know how she was containing herself.
I felt like she needed this performance too to prove that, like, yeah, maybe you wouldn't necessarily buy this on iTunes, but she needed to prove, like, hey, I'm here and I'm gonna take this competition and kick it in the ass.
Yeah.
Like, can you hear me?
Yeah, watch.
I'm shouting right now.
Watch what I got.
Yeah, because I got some pipes.
I really like that she didn't stray far from the original. I think that helps her. I don't really like when you take a Whitney song, like, you just sing it.
Yeah, like, she sang it. Whitney was who she was because that's who she was. That shit was good.
But you know what?
didn't need to change anything.
Because that's who she was. That was deep, Stephanie G.
I didn't know what to say. Like, but that's my point. You just gotta say her name.
This is the thing about Danica. She needs more vulnerability and more emotion.
Yeah.
She was not giving it. And this song, this of all Whitney songs, is the most emotional you can get. And right here, this Don't You Dare, I was really upset. I wanted her to go really high on that one. You know, because I love that part.
But honestly, up until tonight, I didn't remember Danica was in the competition. And so I do think she at least made herself stand out after this performance.
I think the reason why I remember her so much is because I haven't seen a white girl with an R&B voice
pipes,
like that in a minute, you know? So it's refreshing to me because she kind of reminds me of Pink.
Okay, let's talk about my man.
Sex.
Yeah.
That's all I could think about the second I saw him. And I was like, oh my God, what's going on right now?
Taylor John Williams, who sang Come Together by the Beatles. Okay, also, before we talk about him, I need to say that he is tall, dark, and handsome. I'm 6'2", and I looked up at him, and I was like, oh my God.
Were you like, hola, papi?
I'm like, I love you, papi.
I love you, papi.
When
I
he
love
was
you,
saying
I love you,
what's the line of the song about the hair down to his feet?
Yeah.
And when he was moving his hand down his body.
I was like, oh my God, so sexy, sex. That's all I can write.
I saw what you wrote under that too.
What the F?
But his voice was so good. You can't do the Beatles hardly.
Yes.
Nobody can cover the Beatles
Right?
unless you completely change it. And he did so good.
My favorite part of his performance was when he started grooving.
Yeah.
And he backed up like that. Did you see that? I was like,
That's when it came alive to me. At the beginning, it still felt like a Beatles cover. It still felt like a big fan of the Beatles.
I think it's because I was just feeling his hand.
His
moving down
outfit
his
didn't
body.
really
I loved
match
his hair.
him yet.
Oh, I liked it.
No, but then when he started dancing, it all came together.
Right now. Oh, that was so good.
He got the.
I have to say, I can't even read what my notes say because they're not appropriate.
You know who could have done this
internet.
song?
Like, paraphrase
Wait,
song?
hold on. You know who could have done this song on the show better?
Who?
I think is Reagan. Reagan James could have made this song real weird, and it would have been really cool.
Yeah, I
could've
just
made it
don't want to
dope,
have
but-
sex with her, so that's the only difference.
Yeah, we want to see Taylor.
But that's okay.
He's so young. That's so weird.
How old
How
is
is
he?
he?
I don't know, but young.
He's not young.
He's old
young
enough.
if he's 17.
Yeah, if he's 18, it's fine.
Sure.
It's true.
I'm not that old.
Hashtag Bill Cosby.
Oh my, too soon.
Don't bring
too
Mr. Huxtable
soon.
up in this.
Okay, let's talk about the final performance of the night, which was Chris Jamison, and he sang Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars.
He's cool too to me. I don't know what else to say about that.
He won me over with this performance tonight.
He's cool.
Everybody keeps
really
getting.
liked it.
This was his best in the competition too.
Yes.
He's the one that when he was out there with the crowd, I needed him to be like holding girls' hands. He needs a little bit more. Bruno Mars has sex appeal, and this guy is sexy, but he doesn't know how to like.
He doesn't know it.
Play. He doesn't know how to
I thought
flirt.
that made him diva-ish when he wasn't. I was like, okay, be into your performance.
Oh.
No, I think he's awkward. I don't think he knows.
See, and I think
he's staying safe by being in his little space. He's staying safe.
I think if he could jump through and like hold your hand and make you scream, that would make he could win the competition.
Oh yeah, because he's so cute.
Yep.
I think he can. I can definitely, but regardless of it, I can see him collaborating. And I can see him doing R&B. He kind of reminds me of like a Robin Thicke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh
for
yeah.
sure.
I see that too. I really liked how this was a great coaching moment for Adam when Adam, was like, "Hey, you think I'm gonna say moves like Jagger, and not be nervous about that?"
Yeah.
Right.
And then he got up and sang it with him. I thought that was great.
Everybody did so.
That's
I've
what
never
I'm
been so
saying.
positive in my
That's my
life. This is
point.
weird.
I know.
So that's the top 10. Should we get into predictions?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do we lose? We lose 2 tonight, right?
Unfortunately, that's what they said.
think so.
We're going to 8 next week.
And so we'll go. So we'll actually lose 3, and then we'll get a voice save for one of them tomorrow.
Yeah, that was intense.
Well, that's so sad.
That's so sad. Okay, so who do we think are the 2 that are going to go home?
Damien and Anita.
Oh, Anita.
I actually was going to say Damien and Anita. Potentially
I see
Danica, but I don't think because of her performance last night, I don't think she will.
For me, potentially Craig.
Oh, I would be happier with Damien and Craig going home, but I think
it'll be Damon, Anita, and Danica. Bottom 3. Danica gets saved. Anita and Damien are gone.
but I could see Anita
Being
pulling out because she sings for her life.
Yeah.
So she could get the voice saved, but I feel like she has to cut back the reggae because it's not very mainstream. You know what I mean? Like, show us who you are as an artist. That's great. But then when Tessanne was on the show, she did that, and then she would do a Katy Perry song, or you know what I mean, and kill it.
Well, because when Anika sang in the first performance, when she sang the Rascal Flatts, that wasn't good.
The whole girl part at the beginning was bad, I thought.
Yeah, they couldn't sing for shit together.
It's okay.
Excuse me.
Let's talk about news and gossip.
Ooh. What'd you find out tonight on the carpet?
I found out tonight on the carpet that I'm trying to think of something juicy. Give me a second.
Well, what did you talked with Blake and Adam, right?
Well, can I?
Yeah.
What did you guys talk about?
Blake and Adam and I talked about when is it too soon to listen to Christmas music? And so all of those videos are up on YouTube if you want to watch that.
Fun.
I do want to talk to you guys about Danielle Bradbury being the new face of Skechers.
Yeah.
Which is huge, and she's one of the most...
She won The Voice on Team
Season
Blake.
4, which is
I didn't
proof...
watch that, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's proof that we still need a star to come out of The Voice, but she's making the most progress. I think their other spokesperson is Demi Lovato, so that's pretty good.
Well, she's really pushing it. I mean, she really tours, does as many shows as I feel like she can. She does a lot.
Can I say how Southern Blake is? Because every time he talks to Anita, he goes, "All right, sis."
And I have
He's been calling every girl sis.
He loves that.
Really? I
It's
never
his
hear
new
him call
thing.
anybody
I have
sis.
some other news and
commented on
gossip
it the
that
other week.
I'm gonna
I
make it
love
voice related. Kelly Clarkson.
Yes,
I met her this weekend, but she announced that she will have a new single coming out in January. So she'll probably be back on The Voice to promo it because she's been a mentor on The Voice, part of The Voice family.
And lastly, we did a cover of Taylor Swift's new song. What is it called?
Blank Space.
Blank Space. On my Instagram. Check it out.
Okay, tell everybody where they
let's
can find your
promote it, yeah.
Instagrams.
Okay, perfect. You can find my Instagram on SteffiG47. And, sorry. Let me start over. What the hell?
Say it again. Where can we find you, Steffi G?
What her Instagram is.
My Instagram is SteffiG47, and you can find me on Twitter at Stephanie Giorgi, Giorgi, and at Jane the Virgin after the show.
And you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Chloe West X and on American Voice Factor AVF Replay.
I'm also on American Voice Factor, AVF Replay, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jason Ikeler, and on YouTube, youtube.com/JasonsBigGayMusic. And all of the red carpet interviews will be up on AfterBuzzTV.com tomorrow. We will see you guys back in here next week.
Woo!
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
And
I'll buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.